Hello everyone and welcome back to the RSW 1400 series, where today we'll be going over Update 6. For everyone new to this series of updates, this is a fictional layout of a real airport by the name of Southwest Florida International Airport, and is located, as it says in the name, in Southwest Florida. But anyways, I'm going to cut the backstory scene short, as we have a long line of diverse carriers and new routes to talk about in today's update, so let's get into it. We start off at the gates representing Concourse Bravo with its Avelo Boeing 737-800. This aircraft is currently unloading luggage and deplaning its passengers as it just came in from Wilmington. Next up is this Breeze A220-300, which is undergoing catering for its service to Providence today. Breeze recently commemorated a new route from RSW, which introduces service directly to New Orleans on their Embraer E190 series aircraft. I'm looking forward to how that turns out, as Breeze have definitely been expanding their development and focus here at Southwest Florida International. Moving on to one of the LCCs that have operations here at RSW, we have the Southwest Max 8 in the Desert Gold retro livery. This one is currently getting ready to push back, taxi the speed of light, and maybe make it to the runway, unless of course they decide to take off on the taxiway for its flight to Atlanta. Now onto the gates representing Concourse Charlie, we have this United Airlines Max 9, which is currently loading some passengers with their new boarding groups, which as we know is everyone's favorite. Anyway, this aircraft is currently loading some cargo, baggage, and food for its upcoming departure to Chicago O'Hare, which happens to be another model airport update series on my channel, so feel free to check it out, link in the description. Following that, this Delta A220-100 has just received its cleaning crew since it just came in from LaGuardia. Continuing along this vast line of jets into Concourse Delta is this WestJet Boeing 737-700 in what I believe is considered the older livery, since the logo isn't represented as a leaf, which I think is the newer logo. Currently, this aircraft is waiting for a few carts to unload its baggage, as it just arrived in from Toronto Pearson. And onto the last aircraft here at the commercial terminal for today is this JetBlue Airbus A321neo. Ironically, I've been using this model in the RSW updates for a while, even though JetBlue only sent the regular 321s here. But now we finally have a 100% realistic route for this aircraft. As for whether the route is temporary or not, I'm not sure. But anyway, this A21N will be taking its regular service to New York's JFK. Transitioning to some aircraft on the tarmac and runway, we first have this Delta 757-300, an aircraft which has developed a distinguished nickname, the Flying Pencil, unless that title is reserved for the A340-600. Comment what you think on that. Back to the matter at hand, this Delta 753 is taxiing to the runway for its service to Detroit. Delta, just like almost every other airline at the moment, is currently undergoing the process of changing to its winter flight schedule, and in turn have altered two routes in favor of the 753. So now we get to see the rarest type of pencil more often. Now onto the runway, this American mainline Airbus 322 is currently rotating as it's on its way to Philadelphia. I was able to recreate this unique position for the model since it's a little more tail heavy than others. And finally onto the cargo section, which has its usual visitors today. Starting off, this UPS 757-200 is currently unloading all of its contents as it just came in from Huntsville. Following that is this FedEx 767-300, which is currently loading all of its cargo as well as preparing for pushback for its service to Memphis. And then finally for today's update, this Western Global Airlines 747-400 BCF is just welcoming aboard its passengers for its upcoming charter to Los Angeles, where we'll be continuing on to Seoul. Other than that, that is going to sum up this month's RSW update. By the next update, all airlines will have started their seasonal schedules, so I think it's safe to say the next update should be pretty interesting. I'm definitely keeping my eye out for an upcoming release of a 1400 Porta E2 since Gemini just released the 1200 version. It's only a matter of time now. As always, if you've made it to the end and enjoyed the video, consider subscribing to my channel since we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers by the end of next year. Anyways, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, fly safe.